Hello everyone, ArcherCat3000 here. Today I'm going to showcase a new game I found called Townscaper. It's downloadable from Steam and currently on discount as of the time of recording. So if you think it looks cool, I'd recommend going ahead and getting it because it's only $2 at the moment, or euros, or whatever currency you use. Right here, when you start a game, you'll find that there's a little grid after a fashion. I recommend going to settings, clicking grid on, so you can see more easily what options you have to place. Now, you can look around for a nice spot. I've already found one. That's pretty much all I've done here prior to the actual recording. But I found a really nice spot right here. So, for those of you on keyboard and mouse, left click is place something, right click is destroy it. For those of you on mobile or console or whatever, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to figure it out yourself. I have no insight whatsoever. But how this game works is based on what's around them, these structures will generate differently. It's called procedural generation and is actually a really cool thing to research. I highly recommend it. There's also some elements of random chance, such as whether or not little sewer grates will appear, or if the house will get birds on it or not. Like that. Now, a quick fun fact for you. If you have grid mode enabled, and you find this type of circular pattern, I recommend that you build a bunch up and just leave a little one floating there. Then turn it into a disc-shaped platform and watch what happens. It becomes a flying platform, which is super cool. Note that you can only do this over this kind of shape in a grid, because for some reason it just, like, if I just come over here to this random spot, the height doesn't matter as long as it's not touching anything below it or touching the water. But you'll notice that if I just create a similar shape, nothing happens. I can't get it to become a floating platform, which is irritating, but a part of the game. Now, because I know that there's a little bit over here that I want to get to, I'm going to build a bridge that way. And right here, I'm also going to make a platform. Also, for users on keyboard and mouse, scroll wheel is how you zoom in and out. There is a way to get into first person on this game, but a quick Google search on my part has yielded no results that worked for me. It says press F2 to enter first person. Y'all can't see it. I'm clicking F2 right now. It says F3 enables build mode first person. Clicking F3 does nothing, which is very frustrating because I would like to be able to explore my own little builds. But regardless, you'll see this little bridge is coming together very nicely. And then, I bet that if I build up and very carefully one more, delete the ones under it, I bet I can make another floating platform. Gonna have to round it out a bit. You'll know you're doing it right if some of the support beams that feel like they really should be there vanish. Like you'll watch this support beam right here, gone. And then, boom. You also can put bridges between the floating platforms. That does function properly, I believe. Yeah, see? You just can't try to put them randomly in the sky. Like if I just try to build one out like this, it does not work. But you can see I'm kind of mirroring my design on the ground level. From here, I'm going to be focusing on the ground level for the next couple of videos. So, stay tuned for that. Give me a moment. There's something I need to check on. Yeah. Alright, so here you can see I've got this little main plaza area, as I'm going to be calling it. I'm also going to temporarily remove this bridge. I'll add it back in later, because I don't feel like it fits the vibe at the moment. I'm also going to shrink this platform so it's easier to edit the platform underneath it. Like that. That works. So now, right here is my main plaza-ish area. So now I'm going to make a bridge coming off from here. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to divide it into a couple of like areas that I'm going to be calling districts. Like a housing area, a palace area, a mall, that kind of thing. Maybe a factory district. From here, I think I'm going to send it over here a bit. You'll notice it's not like a grid of squares or anything. It feels way more organic than that, which is part of what I love about this game. I'm also just going to turn this into like a kind of hodgepodge of just random streets. Oh, that's a nice spot. Pretty much if you see a spot where you can place down this kind of shape, that's a pretty decent spot to start building, or to make a central area of your build, whichever you prefer. So here I'm going to make it like a kind of central area. Like this. I like how this is turning out. And then, ooh, what if I made it into like a bigger disc shape? Yes. Then added a few paths like this. I like that. That looks cool. I could add a few more, but I think that kind of takes away from the vibe. Then right here, I can add like a tower. And I could give it little side spots. Or what if I made the spots coming out like this instead? Yeah, I like that. Dang it, it won't generate with the door on that side. That's fascinating. Fascinating. So right here, ooh, what if I just did it like this? Oh, that looks so good. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that vibe. Unless, nah. I like this. That's gonna be like the center of our housing area. I'm also going to kind of make this big street here, well, bigger, because kind of tiny. I'm also going to remove this because I don't think that I'll need it later on. From here, I'm going to kind of make it just branch outwards. I'm going, ooh, yeah. 4 out there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, I'll stop if it becomes one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to make these bigger, don't I? And then I'm going to want to loop them into a kind of like circular pattern. Not exactly a circle, but something similar. Like a loop. Okay, I like that. Then from here I could kind of build it to like, ooh, I like that. Then I can divide this in half. Or actually no, into thirds, because, oh, that looks good, that looks good, that looks good. Then here, yeah, I'm gonna stick with it like that. This shape here is another one where you can make a floating platform. Pretty much if it seems too geometric to be random, it's probably going to be a spot where you can do something like that. Oh, 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 oh! I wasn't expecting to find this. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is one of my favorite little things to find generate. Because here, if you kind of branch out in all 4 directions, you'll be able to make multiple floating platforms. I'll show you. So there we've got one. Remember, propellers won't generate until everything connected has become a floating platform. So there we've got 2. Then here, we've got 3. And last but not least, we have 4. And then all of them just get propellers at the same time. And we've got this, which is just so fun. You can just turn it into like a little floating neighborhood. Also, on the left side here, you can click these to change the color of your buildings. I think I'm going to go for a goldish color. Yeah, that was an accident. Yeah, I like that. What if I made it like... Does that generate a door on every side? Door, 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 door. Yes, so this is like a little meeting area in the middle. Could I make it like... Wait, that looks kind of cool. And then what if I do something like this? Okay, so keep it like this. Does that work? No. Dang it. That does, though. And that has its own nice vibe. As you can see, this is pretty much just a time-wasting game, but it's super enjoyable to do. Now I've got this little flowing sky thing. I'm going to switch back to red. Is there any other interesting patterns in the grid? No. So now from here, if I just divide this, I'm trying to give it a more natural feel. Yeah, like that. That looks, yeah, it's kind of a pattern, also kind of not, though. I like that. I really like how this area is turning out. Remember, this area is going to become a housing area. I think that what I've got so far, though, is good enough. So, from here, what I can do is I can divide this. Yeah, just make more space for like different houses. And now, I think each of these boxes will be a different color. So let's start with like this tan. I think I'm gonna go for, ooh, that looks cool. What about, yeah, like that. Oh, what the, why am I moving so slowly? What in the world? Whatever. Yeah, I like that. And then also in this area, I can put a little double house. And a single, because why not? This is going to be a bit of a large house. I like that. What if I made this one? Yeah, that's cool. But, yeah, that looks nice. What if I made it like bending around the road? Dang it. But if I put that there, yeah, that gives it the right look. Also, where did I just place? Whatever it was. Yeah, it's gone. Control Z on keyboard will let you like delete things. Like it undoes your last edit. I'm gonna leave this here. I'm just not gonna put buildings there. Then this one I'm gonna make into like a kind of, I guess you could call it a tower. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like the look of that. Ooh, that looks cool. Okay, I will totally take that. Then, ooh, looks like a wishbone. The wishbone house. Now I'm gonna start doing some apartments. Also, I know I said I would change color. Off camera, I think I'm going to go back through and change the colors, but not the structures. So now I'm gonna start doing like an apartment area. Yeah, I think this looks like a decent apartment building. But if I make it bigger, it gets a flat top then. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I don't know why, but I really, really like that. But what if I could give it like a little... Ooh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. Ooh, I like that look. That's cool. Totally not, totally not stable, but definitely looks cool. Right here, I don't have much of a choice on what to do, but I think right like that would be nice. Yeah, no, that doesn't look good. I'm gonna stick with that. So now, no, but what about that? I like that. That's cool. What if I made it like that? That's fascinating. That's a cool but very strange look. Right here, I think I'm gonna leave it kind of surrounded by water. Not exactly surrounded, but I think you guys get what I mean. I think I'm gonna give it that kind of a shape. Although, wait, what if I did like that? Oh, that's cool. And then I can remove these. But I think I'm gonna go with that. Okay, that's so cool looking. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the balcony right there. That's a very cool looking house. But I am gonna give it two entrances on the sides. Yeah, I like that. Then right here, I'm gonna leave that kind of star shape as a balcony. Yeah, I like this. I like this look. I could do that, but I don't like that as much. Nah. That looks kind of goofy, but I like it. I'm gonna leave it. Although, never mind. I'm gonna. What about that? Yes, I like that. I like that. I like that. And then right there, we can put a little mini house. So now here, I'm just gonna make a giant apartment building. Fair warning, after playing too much of this, your hands will hurt. Okay, I love that. I love that. That's a really good apartment building. It's so good, in fact, I think I'm going to do a second one pretty much the same way. Hey, look, the two apartment buildings put a clothesline between them. That's so cool. Nice little touch. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. Yeah, this looks very nice. So now I'm gonna go off camera and change up the colors of all this, like a decent bit. Now for a smooth transition, if I come back here, you know, screw smooth transitions. I'll be back with you guys in a minute. Give me a sec. And then we will get back to the work. Hello everyone, I'm back. You have no idea how long that took. So I've recolored all of these buildings, but otherwise made absolutely zero changes. So any changes that you do notice would be made by the way that this is all generated, or by like some other random thing, but none of it was me. Why are there so many birds on top of that one house? I don't think we'll ever know. But there are a whole lot of them. I wonder if I do that. Yeah, not yet. We're going to work on the floating platforms a bit later on in this series. For now, I think I'm going to finish up this road, and then that'll be the video. I hope you guys enjoy. Remember, Townscaper is discounted at the moment, so if you want to try it, go for it. I'm not sponsored, by the way. I just really love the game. So, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe. And if you have anything you want me to know, or any ideas for future videos, drop it in the comments. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!